AITA for leaving my husband and stepdaughter stranded on Christmas when I found out he gave her my big Christmas gift. I, 37F, have been with my husband, 41M, for over 3 years. He's a truck driver and we've had a lot of ups and downs, but this Christmas just broke something in me. To start, let me just say my husband is the worst at giving gifts. The first year we were together, I didn't get anything for my birthday, our anniversary, Christmas, or even Valentine's Day. At first, I let it slide. I figured, okay, maybe he's just not good at this. But when Mother's Day came around and I didn't get so much as a flower or a card, I finally brought it up. His response? "You're not my mother." That hit me hard. I've always gone all out for the people I love. Birthdays, holidays, I make sure everyone feels special. But after that comment, something in me snapped. I decided to stop putting in effort for someone who clearly wasn't going to do the same for me. When Father's Day rolled around, I didn't plan anything. Normally, I would have made him a big lunch or dinner. Maybe even driven 30 to 45 minutes to pick up his daughter, at 16F, so they could spend the day together. But this time, I stayed out all day. Around noon, he called me, asking when I was going to get A. I replied, "I have plans. You're not my father." He was furious. I let him rant for a bit, but I wasn't going to engage in an argument. Instead, I left a letter for him on the kitchen table, explaining how hurt I was by his lack of effort and why I couldn't keep going out of my way for someone who didn't do the same for me. Later, he called to apologize and promised to try harder. I thought, maybe this is a turning point. And to his credit, he did improve, sort of. His new strategy was to let me pick out my own gifts, and he'd just pay for them. It wasn't perfect, but I didn't mind. It was better than nothing, and at least I got something I actually wanted. Still, I was the one doing all the holiday shopping for his family, while he'd sit back and let me handle it. Fast forward to this past Christmas. About a week before, he surprised me by taking me out for breakfast and then to the mall to pick out a Christmas gift. Now, I'm not one to splurge on myself. I have a preteen son from my first marriage, and I always prioritize his needs over mine. But for months, I've been dreaming about getting a new designer purse. My old one was falling apart, and I'd been saving up to buy the perfect replacement. At the mall, I saw the purse. It was exactly what I'd been saving for. I couldn't contain my excitement. My husband saw the price tag and hesitated, but I told him I could pitch in with the money I'd saved. He shook his head and said, "No, you deserve it. This will be your big gift." I was over the moon. He did mention that because of the purse, he wouldn't be able to afford anything else for me, but I didn't care. This was all I wanted. When we got home, I reached for the purse, but he stopped me. He said he had another small gift he wanted to put inside the purse for me to open on Christmas. I thought it was sweet, so I left it with him and went back to preparing the house for the holiday. Christmas Eve was a whirlwind. I hosted my family, cooked a big meal, and stayed up late cleaning. By Christmas morning, I was exhausted. I woke up just in time to get dressed before we headed out to pick up his daughter and go to his mom's house. I fell asleep in the car, but when I woke up, I turned around to greet her, and there she was holding my purse. At first, I thought, this must be a mistake. "Where did you get that purse?" I asked her. She mumbled something I couldn't hear, and the car went silent. I turned to my husband. "Is that my purse?" He stared straight ahead, gripping the wheel. Finally, he muttered, "Dad gave it to me." I saw red. "You what?" I screamed at him. He tried to tell me to calm down, but I was livid. I told A to give it back, but she refused, saying it was hers now. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My husband pulled into a gas station and bolted out of the car with the purse. As he tried to comfort me, he finally admitted what happened. After he took us shopping earlier that week, she saw the purse in the car and begged him to let her have it. She played on his guilt, saying he'd never gotten her good gifts before and that this would make up for it. He caved. I was devastated. This wasn't just about the purse. It was about the thoughtlessness, the betrayal, the complete disregard for how this would make me feel. He had already told me he couldn't afford anything else for me, so there was no way to make it up. When he walked into the gas station to give him money, something in me snapped. I got into the driver's seat and drove off. I didn't look back. I spent the day with my family, ignoring his calls. The only person I responded to was A's mother, who left me a nasty voicemail accusing me of being jealous of her daughter. I set her straight, explaining that a guilt tripped her father into giving her my gift. She apologized, but it didn't fix anything. Later, I found out his brother went to pick them up. The story came out that evening, and while his mother sided with him, the rest of the family supported me. His brother and sister-in-law even scolded her for being selfish. Since then, things have been tense at home. I've been distant, cooking meals only for myself and my son. I barely talk to my husband, and at night, I cry when he tries to reach for me. I feel empty. I miss him, but I can't shake the disappointment. So, Reddit, AITA for leaving them stranded on Christmas? Or was I justified in standing up for myself?